AITA for refusing to help my stepdaughter with her baby? I, F38, married my husband Sam, M47, 5 years ago. Sam always knew I did not want to have children of my own. He was fine with it. He has a daughter, Leah, F25. His wife died when Leah was 10 years old and I met him when she was 15. I didn't meet her till after a year of dating. She was a sweet young adult and we got along great. I did not move in with Sam till Leah left for college though. Leah got pregnant last year. Her boyfriend did not want to keep the baby but she wanted to keep it. He broke up with her. Leah moved back in with us cause she could not afford her lifestyle without him. She worked as a teacher and he was the breadwinner. I had concerns about how she was going to raise a child on a teacher's salary by herself. I suggested getting him to pay child support. She did not want that. Sam thought I should stay out of it. Fine. But once she had the baby around 4 months back, Leah seemed to realize having a baby is not the sunshine and rainbows she thought it was. She barely got any sleep during the last 4 months. All the while Sam was helping her with the baby while I did almost all chores myself. Now her leave is ending. She did not want to leave baby at daycare or with a nanny. Sam and I both work as well. She asked if I could stay home with the baby. I said no. First, it is not my baby. And I never wanted to raise a child. Second, I have work. She asked Sam who asked me to do it instead. I refused, stating the reasons again. Sam couldn't stay home because he earned more than me and covered more bills. I asked why Leah can't stay home with the baby herself. She said how she was young and had to build a career. I said many people take breaks to raise kids. And she broke down crying about how she was so tired all the time being a mom and she needed something else in her life too. Sam feels bad for her and thinks we should help her. I suggested she pay for nanny with her income, but Leah doesn't want strangers looking after her baby. Both of them are pressuring me to stay home with baby so she can go to work. I am standing firm on my decision. Leah said yesterday how she wished her mom was alive since she would have had her back. She said I didn't love her and my husband is also mad at me. AITA for refusing to help my stepdaughter with her baby? Maybe necessary info? Leah's mom was a Psalm. NTA. This is Leah's baby. That she alone chose to have. That doesn't obligate you to change your life to suit her desires. The whole business of saying you don't love her because you won't quit your job to watch her baby is so manipulative and messed up, and I'm shocked your husband is siding with her. If I were you, I'd sit down privately with husband and remind him that Leah is the one that chose to have this baby and she is solely responsible for it. That you never signed up to be a full-time babysitter and it's unreasonable to expect you to quit your job, and that you're disappointed and hurt that he is not understanding of that. NTA. Especially in the face of all this pressure and manipulation to give up your work career at only 38 years of age and raise a baby while you had been clear you never wanted babies. This isn't helping stepdaughter with baby. This is a full in giving up your life for something you've never wanted to do so that your stepdaughter could have a life instead of raising her own baby she insisted on having. No. I mean, if this continues, I'd consult a divorce lawyer. NTA. She didn't ask you to help, she asked you to pretty much give up your career and raise your grandchild. Help would have been if she said, "Can you see about maybe watching the baby when my school has evening staff meetings?" Or, "Can you and dad maybe work out your schedules so the baby spends as little time in daycare? Like doing a late start for work and dropping her off on the way to work and I can pick her up after school?" Quote, "Many day care centers give discounts to teachers because they know how hard they work and little they get paid." Also, once she knew she was going to keep the baby, That was when she should have started asking her coworkers and friends for childcare recommendations. I wouldn't say that to her now, as I am sure she knows it. Explain to her that you are not refusing to help with your granddaughter, but that you need to focus on your career as well, and that you will help her come up with a plan. She needs to find reliable childcare for when she is teaching during the day, and I am sure someone at the school can help her. She needs to get child support from her ex to help pay for the costs. It's his child too, and he can pay child support without having visitation rights. You and your husband should then sit down with her and figure out a good childcare option for when she is working, and what emergency plans will be if, say, she has to stay late for a staff meeting or travel overnight for a conference. I can 100% guarantee you her late mother would agree with this. Also, don't take to heart what she is saying. Postpartum depression can be very difficult to cope with, and I promise she still likes you and is just dealing with a lot right now. NTA. Your husband and Leah are acting like this baby was somehow part of your responsibilities. He's not even a little bit. If Leah needs childcare, she has to trust a nanny or sacrifice her career for the baby. She can't guilt-trip you into playing her role as a mother and give up your job for someone else's child. Let her fend for herself and assume her responsibilities. Your husband should teach her to act like an adult instead of confusing you with the baby's dad or something. You don't have to be a som for someone else's baby while the real mother builds her career. That's the sacrifice parents make, not you. She could have asked the father to be a sod, but he's no longer in the picture. Expecting this of her stepmother is way out of line. NTA, you were told to stay out of it. None of these choices are yours. She didn't want to get child support, etc. Now she's trying to leave you all the consequences of her decisions. Stand your ground. You're not going to give up your career and raise someone else's child. You're going to be the free baby sister for most of the kid's life if you go down this path. NTA, Leah can either send the kid to daycare or get the father's family involved. It's not your job or responsibility to raise her mistakes. What the fuck is this nonsense? The audacity to assume that you out of the three of you would be the one to stay home. Put the damn kid in daycare. She needs to get over that. This is why I don't date men with kids. Even older kids. There's always the possibility of them moving back home. Kids equals drama. NTA. NTA, but I would be reconsidering your relationship with a partner that seems to disrespect your boundaries and a stepdaughter who does the same. He should have your back in this situation. It's a horrible situation your stepdaughter is in, but to ask you, who never wanted kids, to handle her responsibility. Your stepdaughter is acting extremely entitled and your husband is enabling her. Leah is incredibly immature. No child support, when she has two people to support on a teacher's salary. Incredibly naive budgeting decision. Her child needs the money. I don't want my child raised by strangers, so now it's stepmom's problem. It sounds like she is never moving out and hubby has her back, not yours. I wouldn't quit my job to raise my children's children, just like my mom didn't quit her job to raise mine. NTA, good luck, you are going to need it to keep living with them. NTA. Even if you were baby's biological grandmother, why would you quit your job to take care of the baby? If she doesn't want the baby to stay with strangers, she can either stay home and go back to building career once she is comfortable with enrolling her child in daycare, or your husband can stay home since he agrees with her ideas. NTA. What? When you suggest getting child support from the father, you're told to butt out. But now you're supposed to stay home and care for the baby you never wanted? Absolutely not. Stand firm. You have very good reasons for your decision. and those two need to find some other solution. NTA 1. She doesn't want him to pay child support? WTF? It's his responsibility too. If she doesn't want to use that money now, she can put it into a college fund for the child's future. 2. No, having kids is not all sunshine and roses. Sam helped her while you did all the household chores? Great, so you already help with the baby. 3. She is tired of being a mom all the time after 4 months? While I get that she needs something beside that, it's her responsibility to figure something out. She asked you. That's okay. You said no. End of it. She asked her dad. Dad said no. End of it. Now she has to make the choice what is more important to her. No strangers around baby or her career. 4. As hard as this sounds, but she can wish all she wants that her mom was still alive. That's not the reality, and she has no idea what her mom would have done in this situation. 5. Besides, you actually have her back, just not in the way she wants. She said I didn't love her. Wow, manipulative much? Clearly NTA. Why should you give up your life for someone else to live theirs? You have a career too that is, assumedly, also important for you. NTA. Your stepdaughter and your husband have one heck of a nerve to demand you take yourself out of the job market to be paid, unpaid, nanny to her baby, and she won't even pursue child support. Your stepdaughter might think you're an asshole, but even if she was your biological daughter, you still wouldn't be obligated to watch the baby. NTA. You are only 38 and never wanted to raise a child. Why in the world would you give up your career to do this? Not earning an income not only impacts you now, but also into retirement. She needs to use a daycare or hire a nanny. She already has her housing taken care of. This is a ridiculous request to make of you. NTA. Leah needs to put her baby daddy on child support and take off the rose-colored glasses. She chose to have a child by a deadbeat. Why would you stay home to raise her child? She's getting more than enough help as is. Definitely NTA. My answer would have been welcome to real life, Leah. You have to sacrifice a lot of things once you become a parent. You didn't sign up for it. Leah did. Is she going to pay you for staying at home? Or is it free? NTA. I hate to say it, but it is going to be a case of either she and the baby goes or you do. NTA. But this is probably the end of your marriage.
If you enjoyed this video, please check out our playlists full of similar content. AmITheAsshole is like doom scrolling for your ears. Please like, share, and subscribe.